Hey, what is up everybody? How are you guys doing? Thank you for coming and checking out this video. Check out my channel. I appreciate any support. And yes, I voted for Trump. Now, if anybody was watching some of my earlier videos, I was not really sure which way I was going to go. And it was my first time voting for a president. So, wanted to make sure I did the right thing. I'm still not even sure if I did the right thing, but my other option was not an option, to say it any other way. So, some good and some bad. Some good with it is, well, I voted for the winning team. That always feels kind of nice, but there has been kind of conspiracies. There's been some proof behind it. There's been a lot of different points and outlooks on how to think about this. And that is the fact that presidents are chosen. Presidents are picked to go into office. They know ahead of time. They knew Obama was going to get elected. You know, all these things. Now, if that was the case, and voting doesn't matter, and my vote doesn't matter, and stuff like that, Harris would be our president right now. President-elect. Vice president, president-elect. If they wanted to choose, I mean, it was basically very strong Democrat in our government. Right now, actually. If they wanted to get somebody in, and the way that they were working, Biden, Harris, this whole campaign leading up to the election was fishy. And everybody's like, they're just placing Harris in. She's going to win. I heard a lot of people say she was going to win. I heard people voting for Trump saying she was going to win. I thought there was a pretty good chance that she was going to win. Whether I thought that she was getting placed into the position or voted into the position, I wasn't really sure. But the way this election turned out, we all know how it turned out. That is not the case. So, one good thing that I saw clearly out of this election is your vote does count. Voting makes a huge difference, and voting wins who you want to get in. Or they win the election. Yes, I'm sure that there is some outside shady stuff going on, some inside shady stuff going on. Some manipulation, some cheating, yeah, all this stuff goes on. But how is it said? Too big to rig? Yeah. The votes of the American people won Trump the election and got him into office. So I just want you to think about that and know that, you know. It's not all just Illuminati, you know. This is proof. This is proof. So, now Trump is in. Well, he's not in yet, but he's going to be in. We have a couple months to go. What happens from here? What goes on from this point? Now, this might piss off some people, especially the Trump train, Trump supporters. These guys that absolutely love the man, probably not going to be happy with what I'm going to say. Again, I voted for Trump. It kind of interested me. I'm a member of a few different prepping communities, prepping groups, things like that. And even just talking with people at work. I kind of feel bad for these people. Everybody seems to think that everything is just going to be okay. We're going to start farting fruit flavors and rainbows are going to pop out of everybody's house and everything's going to be just a joy old time. Because Trump got elected. People think the economy is going to be fixed. We're going to turn around inflation. We're going to end all the wars that are overseas. We're going to put China in their place. All this stuff. They think Trump is just going to come in, wave a magic wand, say some magic words, whatever Trump does, Trump stuff, and do all this. Completely close the border, ship all the illegal immigrants out of here. The list goes on and on. Now, I want to touch on a couple things. One, inflation. There's a lot of people that voted for Trump because he was saying food prices are too high. He's going to fix the problem. How are you going to fix the problem? He ain't going to fix the problem. Well, not directly and not the way you want. See, the thing with inflation, a lot of people don't understand inflation is we have it basically at 2%. So it goes up to 3%. The prices kind of get ramped up. It goes to 4%, 5%, 6%, and the price goes up. Well, month over month, year over year, as it goes up, the price sets a new level. So it's raising at 2% to start. Then it starts raising at 4%, a little bit quicker. Then it starts raising at 6%, even quicker. It's the rate of the price increase. It's not the price of food. Now, we were buying something, say, for $1 pre-COVID. At 2%, in 1 year, that's going to be $1.02. $1.02. Or, yeah. So when it's going up 6%, instead of getting that 2-cent increase, you're now getting 6-cent increases. So over this whole time of inflation, the price has gone up anywhere from probably 25 to 100%. Some rare cases less, some rare cases more. But we're seeing the increase in price. Now, if we bring inflation down to 2%, people think that the price of food is going to come down. No, the price is already set. In fact, it's going to go up 2% because inflation is at 2%. Now, if you bring inflation to 0, which is never going to happen, Trump's not going to make it happen, Jerome Powell's not going to make it happen, the prices will stay at the extremely high level that they are now. Now, the only way to get it down is to break something. And that is the whole reason for the rate hikes and all the things that are going on in the economy that are trying to very constructively and methodically break the economy by people losing their jobs and stuff like that. So really the only way that Trump is going to have anything to do with the price of food coming down is going to have everything to do with everybody losing their money, losing their jobs, so they cannot afford food. And then you get supply and demand come in. If a grocery store's not selling anything for $1, they're going to have to drop it down to 80 cents. It doesn't sell for 80 cents, they're going to drop it down to 75 cents. Then you can get prices down. In order to get prices down, it's going to take a lot of hurting. A lot of hurting. Jerome Powell has come out and said that. So for the people that voted for Trump because eggs cost $4, because gas is expensive, gas is a little bit different, but food in general is too expensive and it's hurting the middle class and all that, Trump's going to save it. Trump ain't going to do shit. It's not even necessarily his job, but you don't really have the control over that. You can control a little bit of the central bank, but it's only going to hurt either direction he decides to take it. If he wants to bump up rates and have that forced onto Jerome Powell, which he says he's not going to listen, well, you know, your interest rate on a house goes to 20%. If you lower rates, we have hyperinflation, and kind of get what I'm saying, right? I know I kind of ramble on about things, but he's not going to fix that. Trump has never had a war start on his watch. Correct, I believe. But he sure has had a hell of a lot of fun in the wars that were already going on. Trump is not an anti-war president by any means. Any means. I think he's a very dangerous person to have in office when it comes to war. If you look at Afghanistan, I don't remember the exact year or anything like that, but you're probably going to remember the situation. things were kind of up and down. We were losing a few people. We were taking a lot of people. The war was just chugging along as that war did. Then we had this fight with ISIS, and out of the blue, the biggest conventional bomb known to mankind in the world, Russia might have one a little bit bigger now, the Moab. Trump made the orders to drop the biggest bomb that we have into a village in Afghanistan because ISIS were planning on, or they might have been occupied there, for a control information center. If I remember right, I tried to do some research on it and I couldn't find anything on it. But I thought I remembered him making comments towards Kim Jong-un like, "This is for you." I don't remember the exact quote and I can't find it, so excuse me on that, but maybe you knew about that. Maybe you could post it or something. But yeah, he is not an anti-war president. Now, World War III is coming. I'm 100% convinced about it. It's all unfolding before our eyes. And yeah, I doubt he's going to be able to stop it. He talks a big game. He says he can stop it. He said as soon as he is president-elect, he was going to make a phone call to Putin and end the war in one day. Where's it at? I'm waiting. Yeah. He ain't gonna do shit. He might be able to make Ukraine forfeit a lot of their country to make Putin happy. You know, if Putin did have anything to do with the election, there's a favor for a favor. You know, something might come around. But is he going to end the war? No. He is not going to do crap in Israel. They do what they want to do. They're their own big grown-up person, and they are acting like it. So Biden's not doing anything towards them. You know, we're going to keep funding it. And I also think as far as war goes, once Trump gets back in office, a lot's changed in the past 4 years. A lot has changed in the past 4 years. And I know that he knows what's going on geopolitically. I'm sure he watched the news with all the stuff that's going on around the world. But he's going to get briefed on everything that's going on, along with J.D. Vance. And I have a feeling it's going to be a little bit of a wake-up call. And I made a video about this before that I'm going to directly tie this with the border. He might be able to close the border. He is not going to be deporting all these illegal immigrants. He might pick and choose a couple to make a point, and that's going to be it. Nobody's going home. If they do start mass deporting the migrants that are here, I will eat my words, and they are not for military or anything like that. But that's what I'm believing right now, and until I'm proved otherwise, I'm going to continue to believe that, and that's okay. But yeah, it's not all great. It's not all great. I am happy that Trump got into office, and there are some good things with it. To get off of the bad things, there's more than I wanted to touch on, but I'd be sitting here for a couple hours just rambling on about negatives. I'm not going to do that, but maybe I'll touch on it as the subjects come up. But some other good things is the team that he got together. I like Elon. I'm not going to call myself a fanboy, but I like the guy. I think he's a successful nerd, and that's kind of what I'd like to be in this world. So I do kind of look up to him. He's got RFK. I am quickly getting on board without eating any crap that comes from a grocery store. I'm definitely going to do my best to eat as healthy as possible. Yes, I have a lot of unhealthy stuff stocked up, but there's a purpose for buying what I bought because of the shelf life. I'm tired of the idea of eating bugs. I'm finding it in everything. These bug proteins and bug granules and stuff like that. I'm just sick of it. So RFK, big thumbs up. Ramaswamy, I would like him to be president. Big thumbs up. Not sure exactly what he's going to be doing. And Elon Musk is another one. Joseph Stalin. I can never pronounce his name. If you're a homesteader, you know exactly who he is. He is going to be in the USDA, working alongside with RFK and the FDA, working together, try to make stuff healthy again. Now, I think it's awesome that he is giving the country to the people. He is not bringing in politics. He is not bringing in politicians, rather. He is bringing in people. Elon. Ramaswamy's a politician. RFK's a politician. The farmer. Joseph the farmer. But he's bringing in real people to solve real problems. I respect that. I respect that a lot. I think there's a lot of positive vibes going on in the country right now. When he got it in 2016, yeah, there was some big cheering and stuff like that, and everybody was just emphasizing on the obnoxiousness of Trump. Well, I was going to say some vulgar quotes that he said in the past, but you know what I mean. This time just feels different. I'm not sure what it is. I'm not sure if it was the assassination attempt. I am just not sure what it is, but it really feels different. It feels like he might actually care about this country. I don't believe that with any politician. And yes, Trump is a politician. I know. I kind of want to believe it. I might be proved wrong on that, but I think that's a good positive. And I think the things that have happened over the last year or 2 years with this election and the campaigning and stuff like that has changed a lot of the people here in the United States, and it's changed him quite a bit. Even CNN and the Democrats are like, well, all right, good job. They are not saying anything negative. I think I was watching CNN during the ballot counts, and they were almost cheering him on. You know, like, hey, look, Trump just took another state. All right, you know. And I'm like, what's going on here, you know? Almost too weird to be true. But there's a weird vibe with everything going on. Now, is that vibe going to show its ugly face, or is it going to show its good face? I don't know. I hope that it's going to be its good face, and he's going to do some good stuff. I do want to backtrack a little bit. One thing that does kind of scare me a little bit is China. He's wanting to put these huge tariffs on China. That is why China hates us. That is why most of the world dislikes the United States, Americans, and the American politics, because we weaponize the dollar. And he's wanting to ramp up weaponizing the dollar towards China. Now, China already doesn't like us. China is already ready for a full-blown war with the United States and willing to do it, as we are willing with them. Why stir the pot up? Yes, we need to help our economy. That ain't going to be it. That ain't going to do it. We got a lot of other problems that we need to deal with. Like cutting China off completely, emptying out the Walmart stores and starting from scratch. It's the only way we're going to make this country an economic powerhouse again. We've got to bring everything back, start exporting. I'm not a pro on it. I'm just saying, you know. Are tariffs going to help? Yeah, they probably will, from what I understand about it. Is it going to piss off Xi Jinping and the PLA? Abso-freaking-lutely it is. And that's not somebody we want really more pissed off at us than we already have. So, yeah, that's just another negative I had to throw in there. But, yes, I voted for Trump. We got it. He's in office. Let's see how it goes. I have high hopes for it. I don't know how this is going to go. I don't think anybody knows how it's going to go. All right, I will end with that. So, yeah, let's keep our fingers crossed. Pray if you pray for the next 4 years. Hopefully he doesn't get assassinated. If not, I like J.D. Vance. I don't wish any bad upon anybody, but kind of like him more. Anyway, I will talk to you guys soon. Till next time, peace.